Here's Brody Brazil.
So I was doing a little casual weekend perusing of Twitter when I randomly came across this. I actually had no idea it had been tested for the last couple months or that it was rolling out live right now. Twitter is now introducing downvotes. What are downvotes? Well, that's a way for users, if they see a reply, they feel like it's not adding to the conversation, adding to the thread, you can let Twitter know by downvoting selected tweets. They also want to make it very important you know here that downvotes are held privately. They're not public. They will not be shared with the tweet's author. Like that would be a factor depending on who you are, who they are, what they know, what you know. Also, others on the timeline will not see your downvotes. Now, they're saying they're doing this to help make Twitter better. Your feedback helps Twitter prioritize higher quality content for you and everyone else on Twitter. Let me show you what it looks like here via the Twitter support account, where it said some of you on iOS may see different options to up or downvote on your replies. We're testing this to understand the types of replies you find relevant in a conversation so we can work on ways to show more of them. Your downvotes are not public. Again, that's a reminder, while your upvotes will be shown as likes. So what are they talking about? Upvotes? Well, this is one of the new views. There's a couple different ones. It seems like they're testing 3 of these to figure out maybe the one to ultimately end up with. This kind of looks like Reddit, right? Upvote, downvote. It's not necessarily the whole thumbs thing, which quite honestly, YouTube and Facebook, they've been doing that for a while. Maybe it's time to ditch the whole thumbs thing. Let's go with arrows like Reddit. But that's definitely an interesting look. It kind of does away with the heart and the like, although what we just said, the arrow up will show up as a like for right now. So there's the up and the down right next to each other. But then there's also this, the heart, which they'd be keeping, and then it does keep a tabulation of how many likes the tweet has. Maybe they'll do away with the counts for ups and down votes. Maybe they won't tell you other than your own vote. But that's an interesting look to keep a heart and a downward arrow. And then there's this, and I would be hard-pressed to think that Twitter would follow suit with what YouTube and Facebook may be already struggling with, the whole thumbs up versus thumbs down thing. How much do you want to promote too many thumbs up versus thumbs down, and how does it make people feel? Is it accurate? Does it help? Or even just like I said, the thumbs idea in general. Maybe it's a bit played out by now. Maybe this one isn't what they should ultimately land on, but maybe they're testing it out because other platforms have it and people are accustomed to it. But those are the different views. Here now are my basic thoughts on downvoting. The whole idea of disliking something versus making it disappear. Is that what downvoting is? Is it one of these two things? Or is it both? Is it to say, I dislike this and I want more people to know that, and I'd like this to not be promoted or shared as much? But in that sense, if something is downvoted enough, does it just disappear? Will it be harder to find? Is that a good thing? If somebody is being outrageous or ridiculous, I mean, yeah, granted, it would probably cause less stress for other people to see it, but do you really want it to go away or be less visible? Don't you want that to be public and obvious? I don't know. Just maybe overthinking here. Does downvoting, does it promote bullying actually? Like one person says something and, the whole other group of friends or enemies, I should say, they want to make sure this goes away. They want to silence somebody. So they get together and they all downvote it. That kind of go against maybe what Twitter was hoping for here. I don't know. They're smarter than me. I'd like to think they're testing this out to hopefully find the right answers. How about the divide? Our country, our world, our continent is in a very divisive place right now. There's 2 or 3 or more sides to almost everything. And the heart has existed for a while, I guess getting ratioed with comments. At least if you don't like something now, you're forced to make a comment, right? To change that ratio or even quote retweet it. But now to just downvote it without commenting, does that spread people even farther apart? Does that discourage dialogue in the first place? I don't know, but definitely something to think about. How about this idea? Instead of adding something, instead of adding a downvote to go with thumbs up or hearts or likes or upvotes, What if we just eliminated likes across the board and didn't have any dislikes or downvotes? What if there were just two things to do with a tweet? Comment on it or retweet it? Would that be the worst thing in the world? I know there are some out there who are hungry and thirsty for their metrics and getting their tweets out there, and I don't know, businesses, individuals, but what does a like even do? I mean, it tells Twitter that you like this, it might help that tweet on the algorithm, but what if we just got rid of that? Or if we didn't make the heart counts or even downvote counts public? No numbers to go with them. But what if we just did away with likes in general? What happens? And then lastly here, if you're going to downvote something, why hide? I know they're trying to make this anonymous, but isn't that where Twitter has its biggest issues in anonymity? And I realize there are benefits. I've done a video on this before. There are benefits of being able to not reveal your identity on there for certain individuals and certain situations. Totally get it. But in this case, you're just going to downvote everything you don't like, hope that it goes away, and not have to run any recourse from that you were one of the people who downvoted it. So there's no accountability there. It's also kind of crazy to me. So anyway, Twitter is adding downvotes. Please don't ever downvote my tweets. Appreciate that. Thumbs up on this video. Hey, if you liked it. See, I feel guilty now even saying that. And actually, I don't even care. Don't even give this a thumbs up. I really don't even care. But definitely subscribe to the channel, all right? I'll talk to you next time. But in the comments, seriously though, let me know what you think about downvotes.